Okay, look at the question, Muaz. Read the question.
Your class recently did a survey about the issue of traffic congestion in your
Congestion.
city. Your teacher has asked to write a report for the school magazine about your findings. In your report, explain the problems created due to heavy traffic in your city and put forward your recommendations to deal with these issues.
Okay, I need you, Muaz, to analyze this question with me. Okay, analyze me. I want you to tell me what you understand from this topic on the screen and what exactly should we write, what details should we include, and so on. Okay, can you tell me first what you understand from this question?
That your class recently did a survey about issue of traffic congestion in your city, and your teacher wants you to write report about this.
Okay, so the survey that the students did was about what? The traffic congestion. It means the crowd of the traffic. Okay, the traffic jam. This is the main issue that they did the survey about. So, should I write about the traffic jam or the traffic congestion or the crowd and its effect, or what? What exact details I should write about? I am Muaz.
How to solve the issue?
Hmm?
To solve the issue and what is the issue?
Always the structure of your report or the structure of your essay, the structure of article of a letter is already mentioned in the question. Okay, so we should analyze the question and understand it very carefully. Let's take it word by word. Number one here, Mu'adh, he said, the topic is about the issue of traffic congestion in your city. Okay, Mu'adh, this is the topic on which the students did their survey. Then he said, your teacher has asked you to write a report for the school magazine about your findings. So my report should include what? My findings. What I mean by my findings, the results, okay, the consequences of this survey. You understand what I mean? Any survey which is done, any survey has some results, right? Either positives or negatives. So the report here asked you to write what? Number one, about your findings only. Let's continue reading the question. In your report, oh, what else should I include? Two, he said, explain the problems explain the problems created due to the heavy traffic in your city. So number two, I should include what? The problems of what? Of the heavy traffic. Only? No. And number three, put forward your recommendations to deal with this issue. So here he asked me to give my recommendations. Okay, so this question asked me to write about my findings after the survey. This is number one. Number two, the problems that this issue caused. Number three, my recommendation to solve the problem. Okay, these are the main points I should include in my report. I can write a single paragraph for each point. Okay, so it's up to you. It's up to you to divide the topic as you want. Let's read how we introduced the topic here and how we wrote the body paragraph and how we concluded the topic. Let's read here in the introduction, Mu'adh. Read the introduction to me.
This report purports to analyze the data collected from our recent survey conducted by our class group to explore the negative effects of traffic congestion in your city and propose ways to address this matter.
Okay. In this introduction, we told the reader what exactly we're gonna include in our writing. This report purports. Purports means like aims at, but he used here purports as a stronger word rather than saying aim at. The report purports to. It means aims at, targeted to. The goal of the report is to analyze the data collected from our recent survey. What he mean here by analyze the data? This is the findings he asked me to write about, which is the results of the survey. Okay, so what we're gonna write here, analyzing the data collected from our recent survey conducted. Conducted means carried out. Carried out or performed, he means, by the class group 2. Why we did the survey? To explore the negative effects. Negative effects is the same point of what here? Point number 2, which is the problem caused by the congestion. Okay? And the data is point number 1, which is findings after the survey. Then he said here, and propose ways to address the matter. What he means by propose ways? Hi, Mu'adh. Propose ways to address, huh?
Find ways.
Find ways to address the matter means what? Solutions, right?
Yeah.
So this is point number 3, which is what? Solving the problem. So what you noticed here in the introduction, Mu'adh? We noticed that the student wrote about all points required in the question. So he told me everything will be included or involved in his writing. Okay? He directly told me the report about what? What points will be directly discussed in the report. You understand this introduction?
Yes.
Okay, now ya Mu'adh, I need you to write an introduction about this topic in your own words. Tell me how will you address the 3 points mentioned in the question using your own words. Okay, Mu'adh?
Okay.
I'm waiting you.
Mister, what should I do?
Yes,
Again? What should I do?
I need you to write an introduction.
Only introduction?
Only introduction, only. And I need you to include the 3 points mentioned in this question as we did together now and as we discussed and analyzed. Okay?
Okay.
Please try hard not to leave out or miss any points mentioned in the question. Again, only introduction.
Okay.
Thank you.
Mr. I finished.
Okay, Muaz. Just a moment to check. Okay, Muaz, here. The purpose of the report. These, yeah, Muaz, it's a plural. So just say this report. Okay?
Okay.
To analyze. Didn't you find any synonymous word for analyze to write it?
No.
This report is to analyze to analyze data from the recent research of the current issue of traffic congestion. Also, you didn't find here an alternative for the word congestion, so you used it as the same. You have variety of words to use, Mu'adh. We agreed congestion means what? The overcrowd. So you can use the expression overcrowd or overcrowding. Okay? And to show and explain the problems caused by this issue, and to show, you repeated show here. Why? Show and show. So here you can delete show because you don't need it. And instead of explain, you can say to illuminate, to clarify, to illustrate. You have different words to use. The problems caused by this issue. And you repeated here and as well, delete it. You can use comma here instead of and. So the traffic congestion, and to show, to explain the problems caused by this issue, and to show suggestions to solve this problem. Show here doesn't work with the word suggestions. You can say and make suggestions or to pose suggestions. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. So the final introduction is the purpose of this report is to analyze the data from the recent research of the current issue of traffic congestion to illuminate the problems caused by this issue and to make suggestions to solve this problem. Fine. Okay, so now, as you experienced, ya Mu'adh, what we did here, we included all points mentioned in the question. And this what matters. The same points will be explained, but in detail in the topic. Okay? If you looked at the question here, ya Mu'adh, and the introduction we mentioned, you will find the student used some different words from the question. Okay? For example, here he said what? Issue of traffic congestion, right? While, I'm sorry, explain the problems. Instead of problems, he said what? Negative effects. Negative effects. And instead of saying put forward recommendations for the issue, he said propose ways to address this matter. So even the issue is not repeated here, as long as it's repeated in the question. Instead of issue, he said matter. Instead of problems, he said negative effects. Instead of suggestions or recommendations, he said propose, which means suggest. So you can use the word propose, which means what, ya Mu'adh? Suggest or recommend. Okay? Deal with the issue. Deal with the issue. He used what? Address the matter. So what I recommend you here is to do what? Vocabulary, ya Muaz. Don't repeat yourself and don't copy words from the question. Don't copy the same words from the question. Use your own words as possible. This point is clear. If we go to the body.
Yes.
Okay. Paragraph, what? Headline. Okay. So in the previous paragraph, we wrote what here? Introduction. And we wrote our introduction. Then here, the second paragraph will be what? The key issues. He means the problem or the findings as it is mentioned in the question. So you can say here problems and findings, or findings and problems of the issue. Underline. This is a title. Give each paragraph a title. Again and again, I repeat. Give each section this only in report writing. In report writing. Okay, Mu'adh? Give each section separate headline. Let's read this paragraph, how the paragraph dealt with the findings based on this research and what problems appeared as a consequence of this research. Read, Mu'adh, but aloud, please.
Our findings show that rush or hour or congestion effectively brings city flow to a halt, and this causes several other problems. The vast majority of and offices have reported an increase of number one utility issues amongst the staff. Similarly, road closures have certain time frames that reduces sale. This is coupled with toxic fumes such as carbon dioxide emission from stop and go driving as good exposure to polluted air can lead to fatal respiratory illness.
Illnesses. Okay, thank you very much. Let's analyze this paragraph, which supposedly focus on what? What we find based on your research and what are the problems you found. He said here, our findings show that rush hour congestion effectively brings city flow to a halt. And this causes several other problems. So one problem that it causes the flow of the city caused to be what? There is a halt. Halt means like stopping, blocking, okay? As if the roads are blocked. So one issue is that what? Roads became blocked. The roads of the city became blocked, and this causes several other problems. So he means here that blocking roads led to what? To other serious problems. Here he said the vast majority. Vast majority. Vast majority. It's a way of what? Generalization. Okay, as a general expressions like we regularly say, for example, a great number of, or when we say the majority, or we say most of. Okay, or we may say large number of, or we can say large percentage of. This is a way to show that it's not only you think that, but there is a great number of people that thinks the same. Okay, here he said large or the vast majority, and it's a good way, by the way, to use generalization in your writing, of schools and officers have reported. The verb reported is a good way to express ideas because we have some verbs that we name as reporting verbs, and this is also used with report, like reported, claimed, announced, witnessed, warned, can be used to report events. Especially this is used with news. Okay, you can find all of those examples of reporting verbs and when you read a newspaper or you read a news article. Here he said offices have reported an increase in the number of punctuality issues amongst the staff. He means between workers of offices and schools. Similarly, good way to link ideas and giving examples. So don't forget to use what? Linking words. It's a good way, please, 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 please. Linking words, let's say connectives and transitions. So here, similarly, it means like similar. Similarly, where we stopped. Road closures have made normal business operations a distant memory. He means by distant memory here, like something further, we can't reach it. So he means again that it caused difficulties in business. Blocking roads caused what? Or the road closures caused problems even with what? The simple business operations. Makes fulfilling orders very difficult within certain time frames. That reduces sales. Look at how here he supported the point. Okay, he explained it by giving example. By giving what? Example. So he told me here how blocking roads caused problems, not only the crowd, but also it affected the business. Another problem appeared here. This is coupled with, and coupled with is also one of linking words. So here he used similarly and coupled with as a way of transitions. Coupled with toxic fumes such as carbon dioxide emissions from stop-and-go driving, as prolonged exposure to polluted air can lead to fatal respiratory illnesses. A good way in this paragraph is using what? Using the technical vocabulary. What we mean by technical vocabulary? We mean the vocabulary that is related to the topic. Related to the topic. Like what? There is a great number of words here that are used, like congestion, halt, business operations, distant memory, fulfilling orders, reduces sales, carbon dioxide emissions, fatal respiratory illnesses. All of this shows or a great use of technical vocabulary. What I mean again by technical vocabulary, I mean the words that is related to the topic. If the topic is scientific, you use scientific words. The topic is economical, use economical expressions. The topic is social, use social expressions. That's what I meant. The topic is educational, so use educational expressions. That's what I mean by technical vocabulary. Okay, Muad? So now I need you to write the paragraph about the problems, now the same as the screen, as on the screen, about the problems or the issues that you recorded based on the survey you did. Okay? Problems and findings. You can reread again the paragraph on the screen. In your writing, I need you to, here, number one, use technical vocabulary using generalization. Reporting verbs, it's a good way. Don't forget connectives or linking words. Okay, Muad? The paragraph is clear?
Clear.
Inshallah, will you be able to write a good one now?
Yes.
Okay, start. Muad, are you done? Muad, are you done?
Yes, I just sent the file.
Okay, Muad. By the way, it seems that you didn't make up your ideas. Maybe you just copied ideas mentioned in the paragraph. Even the headline is the same, key issues. You can use your own topic, your own ideas, your own words. Okay. So I need you to create your own, please, please, please. Here, the research is not, cannot be used as plural. It's always singular, okay? The research without ES shows that the overcrowded streets will cause several problems. One of these issues, this is plural, these issues. So you say this issue and you say these issues. Oh, these issues, okay? Of these issues is that vehicles release a toxic material such as carbon dioxide. Okay, what does this lead to? Leads to what? Explain. You didn't support the point. We mentioned that we need to support. Okay, so if you said here carbon dioxide leads to what? Which causes multiple problems with breathing, or you can say that leads to heart attacks that millions suffer from. Full stop. Okay? You understand here what we did, ya Mu'adh? Supporting this idea, which is carbon dioxide, you didn't tell me why it's considered an issue. And this, what you will need to do here is to support as well this idea. This is a new idea, which is in addition, here is comma must be. Oh, sorry, there is no comma because you said to. In addition to the difficulty of getting the orders. What orders you mean? Nobody can understand this line. What is the difficulty of getting orders? All what you did is just you summarized the paragraph, which I didn't ask you to summarize. I asked you to write your own paragraph. Okay? The difficulty of getting orders. This point is also not supported because the reader here doesn't know what orders you mean. You didn't refer at the beginning. You didn't refer to the business point. Okay, but my paragraph referred to it. So I was able to say getting orders became difficult because I said there that blocking streets caused business issues. And one of these issues is getting the orders has become as a sort of dream or a sort of memory because it becomes very difficult. You understand my point? I am Mu'adh?
Yes,
Are you sure?
true.
So the same problem here. What problem you did here?
Summarize the summarize.
Sorry, Mu'adh?
I didn't support the idea.
Exactly. You didn't support ideas. This paragraph takes 2 of 5. You will miss 3 points, 3 marks, because of not supporting the required idea, Mu'adh. So please, please, please support it. And I hope you do it in the next paragraph, the last paragraph of the writing. Okay, next paragraph. It's supposed to be the recommendations because the question asked me to write my recommendations or to pose my recommendation, my suggestions to solve the problem. Look, Mu'adh, here he said, based on our research, we recommend the government, what is the first recommendation? To encourage the public to opt for carpooling to get around when needed. Carpooling as if people share cars together. Okay, sharing cars as a way that not each individual, not each person use his personal car that caused overcrowd, but each 3 guys can share one car together that make it easier for people to use streets. Okay, so here he used also the word carpooling, which is one of the technical vocabulary about crowd and congestion. To get around. Get around means if somebody is moving, wander in streets, walk. Our research shows it should do the job of reducing personal vehicles. So the suggestion here is what? To reduce the personal vehicles. Here, in addition, so he used what? Linking words again. Traffic laws must be enforced. Why? This is number 2. There must be severe punishment for those who violate the rules. Okay, if you looked at the first 4 lines, you would find the student supported his idea. So number 1, he encouraged the public to use or to share cars together. Okay, how he supported it? By saying that this way should do the job of reducing personal vehicles. This will reduce the personal vehicles, the personal cars that will lead in turn to reduce or decline the overcrowd. Number 2, he talked about the laws that the government should illegalize the problem of the overcrowd if people didn't follow rules. Here, he talked about the point traffic laws must be enforced. Why or how? He said here, there must be severe punishment for those who violate the rules. So he gave the point and he supported it. How you want the rules to work or to be enacted by the punishment. Then he said, however, which is another connective linking word. It is essential that governments and local authorities take into account what the importance of adopting long-term strategies to address the problems such as widening roads and buildings. So there is another solution he gave us, that authorities should take long-term strategies. He means that governments should take the infrastructure of buildings, like building roads or widening roads. He said widening roads and new building new roads. Okay. So here the student provided 3 solutions, each solution with its support. Just the support, Muaz, is just 1 point. Okay, don't bother yourself about the support, because I always comment on your support. How to support? Always consider yourself as a reader and read it from the point of view of a reader, not a writer. Okay, will you ask yourself a question about the writing? Is there any point unclear? Ask yourself before you deliver your writing. Is there any points need to be clarified by using the question, what is this? Or why I said this? Or how can I explain this point? So please consider the support in your writing. Please, please, ya Mu'adh, please. Now, I need you to write the final paragraph about the recommendations or the solutions to this problem. Think about different points. Even you don't need to copy from the screen. Think about your own points, how we can solve the problem of traffic. Okay, Mu'adh? Suggest your ways, and you can use one of these as a guide to help you, but please try to create your own. Be innovative, be creative. Okay, Mu'adh?
Okay.
Thank you. Now I'm waiting for your answer. Write the final paragraph about the suggestions. Start, ya Mu'adh.
Bye-bye. مستر. Mister, I have finished.
Okay, Muad. Give me just a minute. Okay, Muad, you see your writing, right?
No.
Huh?
Now I say it.
Ah, okay. For suggestions, there are several solutions, ya Muad, because there are, is plural, several solutions to solve the traffic congestion. One of these solutions is that the government should take care of the traffic management by improving the additional capacity. Excellent way. And to put signs that will help in reducing traffic. Excellent. Again, now you supported the point very well here. Another effective way is that the government should provide a variety of traveling options. For example, what is this? Metros, without E, and trains. Tell me here how this may help. Okay, how using these variety of options of driving or traveling, like the metros and trains, this may help how this will make the traffic decline, as most of people will dash toward these comfortable means of transport rather than driving their own cars. Okay, Muad? You got it?
Yeah, I got it.
Great. So now I need you again and again. Train yourself and practice yourself how to support ideas. I hope now you are ready completely to write a full report from introduction to ending, following the same structures we used, supporting all details in the paragraph. Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay, in the group, I sent a question. There is a picture in the group. Go to the group, ya Muad. Okay, you got the question?
Yes.
Okay, you and your class recently spent the day at a science exhibition, and now your teacher has asked you to write a report about it. In your report, say what you learned from the trip and how it could be improved if it is repeated next year. So here, ya Muad, you're about to write what? About what you learned from the trip. How can it be improved if it's repeated next year? So you can write introduction, divide the topic into findings or benefits or advantages of the trip, and finally, you can write suggestions for improvements. Is it clear?
Clear.
Okay, start writing your report. This is the final task for today.